In this video, we're going to look at solving basic equations. Let's start with solving x plus 7 equals 13. When we're solving an equation, we're trying to calculate what the letter is. So in this case, we're trying to find what x is equal to. We're going to use a balancing method to solve this problem. This means what we do to one side, we're going to do to the other side of the equation as well. When we're solving, we're always doing backwards, so we're undoing the processes. So on the left-hand side, we've got a plus 7, so I'm going to subtract 7 from the left-hand side and the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, this is going to leave me x, and on the right-hand side, I'm going to get 13 minus 7 is 6. This is my final answer, but I can check this final answer by substituting back into the original problem. So I'm going to check when x is 6, 6 plus 7 does equal 13. Therefore, I'm happy that my answer is correct. Let's try one that's a little bit trickier. So in this problem, I'm trying to solve 2a minus 5 equals 19. I'm trying to get a equals for my final answer. I'm going to start with the minus 5. And remember, we're undoing the process. So I'm going to add 5 to both the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So on the left-hand side, this is just going to leave me 2a. On the right-hand side, I've got 19 add 5 is 24. So I've now got 2 lots of a is equal to 24. So to get a on its own, I need to divide by 2. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2 to give a equals on the left-hand side, and 24 divided by 2 is 12. So a equals 12. Now to make sure that I'm happy with my solution, I'm going to check my answer. So I'm going to substitute 12 back into the original equation. Now remember, 2a just means 2 times a. So 2 times 12 minus 5, which is equal to 24 minus 5, which is equal to 19, which is what it should be. So I'm happy that my answer is correct. This last one is a tricky one because we've got x's and numbers on both sides of the equation. We're still trying to solve, so we're still trying to get x equals on its own. So I'm going to do my balancing method, but this time I need to deal with my numbers and my x's. So let's start by subtracting 4 from both sides. So when I subtract 4 from both sides, my left-hand side is going to become 3x plus 8. So the 3x isn't changing, but 12 minus 4 is equal to 8. On my right-hand side, I've got 5x plus 4 minus that 4 is just going to leave me 5x. Now I need to get all of the x's onto one side. So I'm actually going to subtract 3x from both sides. Now people often worry about which side the x needs to go on, and it doesn't matter which side it goes on, we can change it all at the end. So at the minute, if I subtract 3x from the left hand side, it's just going to leave me with 8, and if I subtract 3x from 5x, I'm going to be left with 2x. So I've now got 2x. So to get rid of my 2, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So on my left-hand side, 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 2x divided by 2 is just x. So here is my final answer, x equals 4. I'm now going to check that this is correct. Now, because this equation is a little bit more complicated, I'm going to substitute it into the left-hand side and the right-hand side separately. So in my left-hand side, I've got 3 times 4, that's my 3x, plus 12 is equal to 24. On my right hand side, I've got 5 times 4, that's the 5x, plus 4 is equal to 24. Because the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side, I can be confident that my answer is correct. Thanks for watching.